Hello, students. Hello, first period students in particular. I'm so sorry about the internet connectivity issues that happened across the school this morning. So let me go ahead and I'll make a video. Should take less than 15 minutes, and I can go over some of the concepts that we talked about in our synchronous class today. So we can skip these things that we normally talk about at the beginning of class. Let's look at the learning objectives that we had today. So today, we really focused on developing strong, specific thesis statements. How to do that. And then from that thesis statement, how to determine topic sentences that support the thesis statement. So in class, we did a check-in. We had our Black History Month spotlight talking about the author Toni Morrison. We did some prior knowledge practice with thesis statements that you guys worked on a little bit in person, but I hope I can make that clear for you. I'm going to talk about what a rough topic outline is, and then we'll get some practice in making a rough topic outline that extends from that thesis statement and has thesis statements and topic sentences. Then I had some just information, some food for thought I wanted to share with you guys before our closing. On your own in Schoology, I want you guys to complete and submit the rough topic outline. Now, that's not as involved as other outlines that we've made in the past. It's just your thesis statement for this upcoming essay and topic sentences that support that thesis. So as a check-in, I asked students what the last TV show or movie that we watched. The example that we did today talked about I guess it's centered around television, right? The hypothetical essay prompt that we wrote a thesis statement to. So I'll show you guys that in a minute. So we just checked in really quick about what TV shows we've been watching and shared those lately. Our Black History Month spotlight was about Toni Morrison. She's one of my favorite writers, and I highly recommend that you guys check her out if you haven't done so already. She's a novelist, an essayist, a book editor, a college professor from Lorain, Ohio. She eventually got her master's in American literature from Cornell. She broke ground in the publishing industry by becoming the first Black female editor in fiction at Random House. Random House is, of course, one of the largest publishing firms in the world. So she broke ground in the business world, in addition to being widely considered one of the best writers of the 20th century. So her novel, The Bluest Eye, that's her first one. It was published in 1970. That's the one that I recommend that you guys read if you haven't if you haven't read any of her books before. It's often taught in high schools, and I think that you guys could tackle it no problem. Her a couple of other her books that she's written, Song of Solomon, it won the National Books Critics Circle Award when it was released in 1977, and then Beloved won the Pulitzer Prize in 1987. She herself won the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1993, and at the very top left, you see her in, I think, 2017 or 2018, getting the Presidential Medal of Freedom from former President Obama. So again, I recommend that you guys, if you're interested in reading one of Toni Morrison's books, start with The Bluest Eye. I think that you guys would like it. Okay, so in class, what I had us do is practice creating a thesis statement in response to a writing prompt. So here's a sample writing prompt. You can pause the video and practice this as well, but we'll go over it together here. With the rise in popularity of Netflix and other streaming services, watching television shows continues to be a popular pastime in American households. Write an essay in which you discuss to what extent television influences the lives of teenagers today. In your essay, be sure to cite strong and thorough evidence from texts you have researched to support your claims and follow the conventions of standard written English. All right, so this is a thesis statement like you may get in an English class, an analytical essay in which you're asked to have a thesis statement and supporting topics that support it, and have all of the conventions that go into standard academic essays. So what I had students do in class was follow the link right there and go to an unoccupied PowerPoint slide, and we broke it up into two separate parts. First, we wrote a strong and specific thesis statement that directly responded to the prompt. Remember that thesis statements, they should only be about 1 to 2 sentences in length, no more, otherwise you got a thesis paragraph, right? They should make a specific debatable claim, and you're going to prove the truth of that claim over the rest of your essay. And then lastly, thesis statement should respond directly to the writing prompt. So let's look at here at the very, I have an example. This is a thesis statement that a few students thought of. And I think it's a good start. So they said that television has both a positive and negative influence on teens' lives. So what's good about this thesis statement? It's the right length. This thesis statement addresses the essay prompt. So it's on topic. It directly addresses to what extent television impacts and influences teens today. And so it does both of those things. What this thesis statement could be is more specific. So this thesis needs added specificity. All right. One way that I put this with students today was that this thesis explains what, but it doesn't explain why. So this thesis says what television does. It has a positive and negative influence on teens' lives, but it doesn't say why it does that. It doesn't go the extra step in explaining the student's reasoning. So how do you get around that? How do you get around not explaining why? Well, I suggest adding a clause to specify. What do I mean by that? Well, let's look below here. Move this up a little bit so you guys can see. So you can revise that by saying by both blank and blank, television has both a positive and negative influence on teens' lives. You have this clause right here, by both blank and blank. You can use other phrases or dependent clauses as you would like. You don't have to just use by. You can say through blank and blank. You could say because, given, due to. So a lot of different ways to do it. But let's go ahead and use by, and we can revisit this. So I wanted to explain my reasoning why television has both a positive and negative influence on teens' lives. So by both providing an outlet by providing an outlet for teens to explore new ideas and perspectives, right? There's a start, right? That's a positive. And I'm going to change this conjunction here. So okay. Now I've added the why by both providing an outlet for teens to explore new ideas and perspectives while potentially limiting teens' interaction with the outside world. Television has both a positive and negative influence on teens' lives. So what we've done here, everybody, is we've taken a thesis statement that was pretty general, that was still on topic, and we turned it into a strong, specific thesis statement that encapsulates the writer's reasoning in addition to making a claim. So pause here if you need. Take some time to look at your own thesis statement. Think about how this might impact any drafts of your thesis statement that you've written. Eventually, what we're going to be doing is creating a rough topic outline. This is your homework. So you've already collected a lot of the evidence that you're going to be using in your essay through your research and through reading and exploring Dr. King's letter from Birmingham jail. So what I'm going to ask you guys to do is to create and submit what we're going to call a rough topic outline as your pre-writing. Rough topic outlines for our purposes are just going to have a couple of different things. They're going to have a thesis statement, and they're going to have body paragraphs. In each of those body paragraphs, let me back up. A thesis statement and then topic sentences for each body paragraph. You don't need to include evidence You don't need to include commentary, examples, all those other things that you would include within your body paragraphs. You don't need your hook. You don't need the other parts of the essay. This is a bare bones structure of your essay. I just want to see a general, rough topic outline of what you're going to be talking about. So we've talked about how to do a thesis statement with that. Let's talk about how you would do topic sentences. So in class, I asked students to revisit their original thesis and create 4 topic sentences that would support that thesis statement. And remember, topic sentences should be extremely specific, each illustrating why one part of the thesis, why the essay's thesis is true. So they tackle only one part of the essay's thesis and they explain why that part is true. Topic sentences should also make a specific debatable claim. Just like thesis statements, topic statements take form of claims, and the rest of the paragraph's evidence and commentary proves that the topic sentence is true, therefore indirectly proving that the thesis statement is true. So how would we do that? Well, let's go back here. So we have our revised thesis. I want to express an idea that proves part of this thesis statement. So I'm going to show that, let's see, providing an outlet for teens to explore new ideas and perspectives. So maybe I could say one part of a topic sentence, or as one topic sentence. Many television programs are educational providing. Okay, let me clarify that. So many television programs are educational, providing teens with information about subjects such as the sciences and history. So that could be one topic sentence that it supports this idea of teens exploring new ideas and perspectives. And so here's another one. So again, about perspectives. So I could say that for fictionalized series, let me say points of view. You then have greater empathy. And so you would continue in this manner, guys, looking at your thesis and then using that thesis to build topic sentences that support different aspects of the thesis. All right. Again, pause the video here if you need to go back and work on this with your own thesis statement for your Martin Luther King essay. So I had some quick food for thought that I shared with students. So again, I'll let you guys pause the video and read this, so I won't take up any more of your time, but just an idea about how thesis statements and topic sentences work together to build a strong logical argument, and about how having a weak thesis statement and a weak topic sentence, that often leads to writers not really having a good sense of direction in their writing. And I compare that to hiking in the woods without a map. So there's that. Your independent work on Schoology, I want you guys to create a rough topic outline. Your rough topic outline is going to be pretty basic. It's just going to have your essay's thesis statement, and it's going to have 3 or more topic sentences that you plan to use to support your ideas. I was going to make it due today. Let's move that due date back to tomorrow at 11:59 p.m. You'll see the rubric once you go to Teams. I'm only going to be grading for completeness. You see the rubric on the top there, scale of 100. And then everything else is just feedback for you guys. So as long as you get that complete, you'll be able to get full credit there. And in closing, you guys can do this at home or wherever you're watching this. I just want you to think of an idea, skill, or other piece of knowledge that you're taking with you from today's lesson. So what's something that you can take with you to improve the way that you develop thesis statements and topic sentences in your work? All right, that's all I got. Get to work on that independent assignment. And then, as always, you can message me on Schoology or send me an email if you have any questions at all. All right, thank you.